Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host Jum, and today we talk about, this week we talk about all about British gangster movies. Like almost the Peaky Blinders sort, you know? Starting with Snatch, directed by Guy Ritchie, and is quite a fever dream, I should say.
It is a fever dream. A lot of the times with these things, and sometimes I don't really understand the lingo when it comes to like the British talk. I tend to get a little lost, especially when it came to Brad Pitt. I was like, "What do you say?" But other than that, it's just like a very fun gangster movie. This is not your Irishman. This is not your Godfather. This isn't your like Goodfellas. This is just like a bunch of criminals fucking up and just like trying to like do
The best.
make do with what they got. I'm
just-
like, all right.
They're all just trying their best. Like, I do like the fact that they're all from different storylines. Like, we got the one crew with like Tyrone and his crew, and then got Jason Statham and his duo, his boxing gig, and like
Yeah.
him trying to like earn a paycheck because he lives in this. What do you call that? What do you call those? Like a trailer.
home. I think.
Yeah, and you're like, that's not the best way to live. If you wanna, I don't know, have a family one day. Like, ideally, you would like to have a better space for living. And he and his friend Tom, Stephen Graham, are just trying to make do with their boxing gig. And they're dealing with Bricktop, who's this, like, unassuming gangster. But, like, the moment he starts talking, you're like, wow, this guy's pretty intimidating, not gonna lie.
Wait, which one's Bricktop again?
The guy with the pigs. The guy with thick glasses.
The guy who speaks through his teeth. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he is like the driving force of this, like the main baddie of this entire movie,
Yeah.
which I really like. He's a really big standout. Like even Jason Statham and like forgot the name of the actor that.
Stephen Graham.
Yeah, they're like both really great.
Yeah.
Dynamic duo. Like they really meld well together. I'm like, all right, this is like a solid like body cop movie. A heist gone wrong.
Yeah.
Not body cop. Sorry. Like duo in crime. I don't know.
Partner in
like-
crimes.
Partner in crimes and like a failed robbery. And what was the other factor? There was a third one. There
Yeah,
a
it
third
was
part.
Benicio del Toro and the huge ass diamond with his brokers from
yeah.
England. The guy who thinks he's
Yeah.
Jewish and the American, like that all goes sideways too. Like, cause they intersect with Tyrone and his gang. Like Tyrone, this getaway driver who's not the best at his job, even when it comes to parking. Like the guy's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Park a fucking jumbo jet there. What the fuck are you talking about, Tyrone?" He's like, it's too small." And you're like, "Yeah, he's right. What the fuck are you talking about?"
I love it where he was like, I was reversing. I didn't know anything was coming my way. You are reversing. Everything's coming your way. Just like,
Yeah, and they bump into their target, Benicio del Toro, who has a habit of gambling, and he's about to gamble all of his savings on this one boxing gig, but like
Yeah.
all bets are closed because Jason Statham's guy gets knocked out by Brad Pitt because they didn't know he was a bare knuckle boxer, and you're like, what a world. What a world where he is the champion of bare knuckle boxing, and you didn't know.
yeah. And he was one of those gypsies that like move around. And I would say, I don't know if Brad Pitt's accent was accurate.
Yeah.
I am not Irish, but I say he did a really good job, like being a standout in this movie. Like he wasn't here much. Like you could clearly tell that we're mostly focused on these three
Yeah.
different side stories rather than like Brad Pitt himself. But he's included. Again, I just love the comedy in this one. It is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It is a bit tricky when you're like, where are we at? But a lot of the times it's just fun.
Honestly, I think that's one of my favorite roles of Brad Pitt because he's just an agent of chaos. He's just like, I'm here to win. I'm here to win a new trailer for my mom. And when that doesn't work out, it's like, I just want revenge. I just want to get
Yeah.
back at Bricktop.
And like the first match, he's like, you're supposed to go down fourth. and you get paid. You get paid a lot, so you can buy your mom the whole trailer and whatever.
Yeah.
And he just knocks the guy out in the first punch. And we're just like,
Yeah, they're just like, fuck.
yeah.
Shit.
I was like, ever heard of professional boxing? You ever want to try that?
Right? I also love the scene when Tyrone and his gang like have Benicio del Toro hostage and they say the Russian's name and he's like, ah, fuck, he said my name, and he just caps the guy in the head.
That's like, that's the main thing. They're like they were saying each other's names while they were robbing the bank. They're just like, stop saying my name.
Right? Like I do like Guy Ritchie's style of directing and editing and just the way he cuts things to make it very chaotic. At the same time, it adds to the comedy. Like when Brad Pitt knocks the guy out the first round, you just see their faces go from like, dude, fuck.
Yeah, the still framing. A lot of times I do. I was like, oh, did my movie freeze? Did my internet connection like got lost?
Yeah.
Because it is very abrupt, and then you'll just hear a narration at the background. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. It's part of the movie.
Yeah.
Because especially when like, what was the name of the guy? Large glasses guy.
Bricktop.
Bricktop. When he gets like shot, and Jason Statham and like his partner like make a funny face.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I love this. I really do.
Yeah. I do love that dialogue Bricktop gives to Tyrone and his gang of like, if you don't know who I am, you may not know who I am, but I will dispose of you by feeding you to my pigs. And like he
Yeah.
describes it in vivid detail, and you're like, he's done this way too many times, hasn't he? Shit. And then outside are his men waiting to feed him to the pigs, and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, well, shit. It's not the best situation.
No, I love this entire movie. And then like we also get like the third, like around the third act maybe, or like on our way to the third act, we get like this American gangster who flew all the way from America, and is partnered up with
Vinnie Jones.
yeah.
Yeah. Another
And he's like
true
this-
standout.
Yeah, because like he's supposed to be like this hard killer guy,
Yeah.
but a lot of the times he has really good like comedic timing.
Yeah.
Like after smashing a guy's head in like Kingpin style, he has like the audacity to just answer the phone with such poise. It's like, hello.
I like the scene when Tyrone and his gang try to hold him up with like fake guns.
Yeah.
And it's like, look man, the fact that you have replica written on the side of your gun and I have Desert Eagle .50 on mine says a lot about me and what I'm willing to do. And they're just like,
They're like, alright, I'm out. I'm not gonna be bothering with this.
yeah.
And then the Russian comes back with a gun after getting run over.
Yeah. Truly unkillable, and you're like, oh, at least he lives up to his name. Also, like Vinnie Jones gets taken out in such the most anticlimactic way possible with by the American shooting everywhere.
I love it that they did like the American and Billy Jones had like such a good like
Chemistry.
dynamic.
Yeah.
They had such good chemistry. And then I was like, oh, this is great. And then the American like accidentally shoots him as he was trying to shoot the dog. And then the American just like sees what happened and he's like, I'm going home.
Right? He's like,
He's-
yeah. It all culminates in the last boxing match where you're like, I really think Brad Pitt has learned his lesson and will go down, but he has this moment of like, nah, and just
No,
uppercuts him.
because I was like the entire time I was just like, this is not gonna go well. As much as we want it to go well, this is not Guy Ritchie if it goes well.
Yeah,
Or like there's like a red herring.
yeah,
And yeah, I was correct. I was like, something's gonna go wrong. He's not gonna go down on the floor. I know it. And he knocks the guy out and I was like, shit, they're dead.
like, well, we're fucked. And they try to
Yeah.
escape, and yeah, as you mentioned, Mickey and his gang ambush Bricktop because like Bricktop kills his mom, and he's like, he surprisingly takes it well, and you're like, for a man who just lost everything, you seem to be in the same spirits. You're even drinking yourself to death, which is a common occurrence with your people,
Yeah.
with your gang. So you're like, I guess he wasn't really that attached to his mom, but like, you find out otherwise. You're like, oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The man planned everything, killed 12 people. Well, his gang killed 12 people within one night. I was like, shit.
yeah,
And he pretty much riddles, what was this, Bricktop's car.
yeah,
I was, and it all came together within a one solid bow, and I loved it. And yeah, like Brad Pitt's character just fucks off.
yeah. And Jason Statham and Stephen Graham are just like, well, shit. Now we're in a worse position than we were. But they do find the dog and the diamond, and then the American comes back, and that's
And
the
I was
end.
like, it's so funny because like they went back to the trailer park and they're like, oh, and they didn't know that like law enforcement was like already on it because 12 people died within one night. And yeah, so like law enforcement comes in and they're like, what are you doing here? And they were like, you have something to do with this, huh? No, they just see a random dog. We're just walking our dog. And that dog has a diamond in its belly, so it all works out.
Yeah.
And it just returns back to the guy who was just looking for the diamond.
So it does work out for all of them in the end. I would think so. But like, yeah, that's the end of the movie, and you're like, well, that was fun. Not gonna lie, I had a good time.
It was.
Yeah, it's a very unique British gangster movie, and you're like, I wish they still made movies like this, just the fun gangster type. Nothing too deep, nothing too Goodfellas or Godfather.
I think they try to do this with like The Gentleman. I wasn't really feeling it. Like it was not these movies. I might have to give it another try.
The
It's a
show
very new
or
movie.
the movie?
There's a movie, like a
Oh.
new movie
Oh,
with the guy from Pacific Rim. So
the movie, the
Yeah.
movie. Because there's
Yeah,
there's a new show this year with
yeah,
Kaya Scodelario. Yeah,
yeah. And I was like, this might be like a renaissance of that early 2000s gangster movies, the British gangster movies, but
yeah.
I wasn't really feeling it how I felt with how Guy Ritchie did this one. And I was like,
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, what would you rate Snatch?
Snatch. I'll give Snatch a solid. Okay, not solid, but like a 7.5 out of 10. It is very messy, and sometimes I got a little bit like lost trying to keep track. But other than that, it's such a good time. It's such a fun movie,
Yeah,
and like everybody did their job very well. Everybody had like the comedic chops.
yeah,
Like I'm surprised that a lot of these actors had these comedic chops because I usually see them as very serious actors, or they play like hard stoic characters, and I'm just like, it's just so fun to see them, like bring out a little bit of comedy out of their career. I was like, this is really great, and how Guy Ritchie did this was I would say very smart
yeah.
and very convoluted, but very smart. And oh yeah, did you notice like one of the robbers is the guy from Walking Dead? I don't know if you watched like the first episode.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
The main
Where
guy?
he has to like kill his like wife.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since I've seen The Walking Dead. To be
Yeah.
fair, I stopped at season 2 because nothing was happening at this season.
Yeah, I stopped this one. That's fine.
I would give Snatch an 8 out of 10. Like, if you're not used to Guy Ritchie style, you might be, like, very confused. And yeah, it does seem convoluted. But, like, if you're just here for a good time, that's exactly what you get. And yeah, I kind of wish Jason Statham did more movies than this, than some of his more mindless action movies, to be honest.
I agree. I was like, man, like be more in gangster movies. I like seeing you as a gangster.
Yeah. A little less Meg and a little more Snatch would be nice once in a while. Yeah. Because the Meg 2 didn't do jack shit at the box office last year, so I guess it doesn't work. Oh well.
Oh well.
But yeah, him, Stephen Graham, the actor for Bricktop, Vinnie Jones, Benicio del Toro. even though he's here for like a nitty bitty second with little dialogue. You're like, I have fun with these characters. And once in a while, I do watch this if I'm not in the mood to say watch something as heavy as The Godfather or as sad as Goodfellas and The Irishman. I'm like, you know what? I want a good time, so I put this
Yeah.
on. But yeah,
I'm willing to watch this again. Like it is such a fun movie.
yeah. But to the rest of the viewers watching, what's your favorite British gangster drama? Whether it be this one or if it's a show, of course. There's Peaky Blinders. There's also Rock and Rolla by Guy Ritchie. I think I'm saying it right. I don't have the English accent, so I don't know if I get the pronunciation right. But oh well, what can you do?
Yeah, and like there's also that new Gentleman show. I haven't seen it yet. If anybody has completed it, like let us know if it's good, so maybe we can like give it a shot.
Yeah, yeah. It has the voice actor for Bastion in it, from X-Men '97.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been our video for Snatch. What do you guys think? Please comment down below whatever your thoughts are. If you like our videos, please leave them a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok to see our best and funniest moments, and Spotify to hear us on the go. In the video, I'm Enswolf on Letterboxd and Zoda's Voices on TikTok. Where can they find you?
Or you can find me at JohnJM_ on Instagram. It is my account.
And until the next time, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.